Last week on The Season.
Someone could look on the outside and be like, well, he probably doesn't keep that up all day, and I can walk in the hallway and...
How bad do you want it? You want to be great? You want to be great? You want this thing to be a number, be a dude now.
Them as a person comes first. Football comes after that. So I always want them to know, like, you have somebody here for you. If it's 1 o'clock in the morning, anytime, it doesn't matter.
You ever watch Undercover Boss? Yeah. That's how I'm gonna be today. They're gonna see all the real y'all, and y'all gonna be fired.
Pump, goal, shot to the end zone, caught, touchdown Ole Miss, Dennis Jackson from 33 yards. And Matt Corral, the great look off. Now out of it, clock at zeros, he's gonna try to run for it. And he gets shoved out of bounds, and time will run out on Tennessee.
Got one of these bad boys yet?
I haven't. Oh, yeah, I do. I do have one of those.
You just haven't been wearing it.
No, I have not. I've never worn a Letterman in my life.
You're lost. You're lost.
Oh, jeez.
Langston found mine.
I took care of him.
He found mine. I had it. Never been worn before, but he had it. Brought it back out.
I got the big Letterman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to that one. That's what I thought I was gonna be wearing. I don't
Not a bad one now. Hey, come here. Have you seen the little?
He's gonna break all my records anyway.
I can only hope. I'm working for it.
You got like 6 years of eligibility.
Eli Manning's personality might make him seem like an ordinary guy, but his impact on the Ole Miss community is anything but ordinary.
Ole Miss and can't be separated from Oxford. And Oxford and Ole Miss had changed quite a bit since the late 1970s.
Oxford has grown enormously over the last 20, 30 years, and it's always been, in its one way or another, kind of a charming small town.
When I arrived in Oxford in '92, the square was a completely different animal than it is now.
Oxford experienced this renaissance in the late 90s, in the 90s, and it was starting to boom.
I think there's a market there for Ole Miss people who come up here for home football games. There's not enough motels and places to stay, for apartments and condos and type of thing.
All of a sudden it made sense to either invest in a house where their kids could live for a few years and then they could fix it up afterwards, and it could be a second home where they'd always have a place to stay on the weekends when they came up here, or just a simple investment for a few years. That all of a sudden takes root. And it, in my mind, it just made the perfect storm for Eli.
So we were excited that Ole Miss was kind of his final three, and when he chose Ole Miss, we were very excited. Now, at the same time, I was a little concerned. I didn't want, you never know how you're gonna make the transition from high school, especially playing in 2A football in New Orleans, to the Southeastern Conference. And I didn't want Eli to have too much pressure or the expectations to be so high or be too tough. But his buddies in high school gave him a name that is so fitting. They called him Easy. And Eli's always been easy. That's kind of his personality. He's a little laid back.
When he had his chance, the little break in meetings, you had a joke or something funny from him. So if you know him, practical jokes, you always got to be ready.
One time I fell asleep and he colored behind my ears dark to where you couldn't see it. And I went out and about all day the next day and I had marker behind my ears. And you would get random people like looking at you funny. And finally somebody told me, so I was in the bathroom scrubbing away.
He and his roommate is another player. College guys, their apartment, we'd go in, and his mother's probably gonna clean it up a little bit. I'd help. But I'd just go in and maybe some stuff laying around, I'd pick it up. And he would see me doing that, and he'd go in behind me and just throw it right back there. If I'm picking up socks or something, he'd take them and throw them right back there too.
We used to karaoke a lot. Eli showed me the ropes of karaoke. I saw him karaoke in public one time.
Living like a low at the radar phone, looking like a trend, like a video band.
It doesn't matter to him that, maybe some folks feel like he ought to, purport some sort of image of cool, that he doesn't care if he stinks at singing. He loves to do what he loves to do.
Fortunately for the Rebel faithful, one of the things Eli loved to do was win football games.
Ole Miss has whipped Alabama 27-24 here in Oxford today.
His time here really began to put Ole Miss on the map as a credible program, but certainly the camera exposure illustrated to the world what Oxford was. It's been the last 20 years that those camera crews ended up here, B-roll footage, college game day, broadcasting from out there. The Grove is synonymous now nationally with the gold standard for what tailgating should look like. And that's largely due to the exposure that we get.
It was a campaign. I was helping Dr. Kayet with, we were raising money for athletics. It was Eli's first game as a starter in sophomore year at home, and we had an appointment that morning, a breakfast appointment over at the chancellor's house with two prominent lawyers who were capable of giving some good money to this drive for athletics. And the day before, they'd gone to look at some condos. And so when I was telling Dr. Kayet now the story, saying, we looked at them and we liked them, but I told the young guy who showed them to us, said, they're a little pricey. Don't you think they're a little high? He said, I won't tell his name, Mr. So-and-so. He said, if Eli has a good year, this real estate market's gonna go crazy.
Eli had a tremendous effect. The business people probably call it the Eli effect because there was a boom in housing. But there were other things going on that were contributing to that boom. But Eli was again the name that was associated with it.
It was an important era of which Eli was an important part in the development and identity of this community.
Within 5 or 10 years, I feel like our enrollment almost doubled at Ole Miss. I think that kind of shows you how Ole Miss can kind of go along with the team's successes. But yeah, there was a lot more options to eat from before. When we got to Ole Miss and we left, you had a lot more places to eat, probably more hotels, everything, because it was a good show going to Ole Miss football game.
When you really funnel it back to, where it started with the seed of Archie in the late 60s and the early 70s, but it doesn't really blossom until Eli gets here in the 90s and into the early 2000s.
But gosh, hadn't he represented our university well, with class and dignity? And to me, if you had one Ole Miss football player that you would hold up to the world and say, he's good, he's classy, he's ours, it would be Eli Manning.
Watching them on TV and to get to play, be here for 5 years and to play and have my jersey retired up there next to my dad and Chucky Mullins is going to be special tomorrow. What's up? A little high and tight there, Demo. What's up, Ziggy? What's up, buddy? Looking good. Good to see you, bro. Good to see you. Looking good. Looking good. Is this your little guy? That's my little guy. What's up? What's your name? All right, good to see you, pal. How old are you? 10. All right. Oh, yeah. There we go. Where are we sitting? Right over there? All right. How you doing?
E, you've been coming to Oxford since you're a little kid. Talk to us about some of your first memories here at Ole Miss.
Yeah, I mean, I love Ole Miss. Been coming here, like you said, since I was a little kid, playing pickup football games in the Grove, back when you can move around the Grove. There's really kind of two reasons why I decided to come to Ole Miss. One was 1998 Egg Bowl. There was a freshman quarterback. I can't remember who his name was, but he played that game. He threw 3 interceptions. I think he went like 3 for 18. I'm like, if I go to Ole Miss, I could probably start. Who was that quarterback, David? Do you remember?
Hey, here's the thing. I don't get enough credit around here. I knew he was watching, and I decided I was going to throw 3 picks and go 8 of 24 for less than 100 yards, and here we go. He got here, and I still hadn't gotten my check in the mail.
Great senior year. So many guys. They're on some of these videos. So many of us red-shirted, and I think there was about 15 guys that were red-shirt seniors that year that kind of stayed together, played together those 5 years, and to go out and have a great senior year and go to the Cotton Bowl and win that game was pretty special. It was great to just look through the whole number of people who were in that I'm joining into that fraternity, and Jake Gibbs and Charlie Connerly and my dad and so many wonderful people from all over Ole Miss and all sports, and this is going to be a great weekend, and just thank you so much.
The return of a legend and a red-hot Rebel football squad meant a sellout crowd and a packed Grove.
There are people everywhere as Vaught Hemingway Stadium today is a hard sellout. Under a canopy of blue, the Grove is a sea of red. Welcome to Eli Manning Day. We could not be happier to be with you on a gorgeous Saturday in late October in Oxford.
Man, it feels amazing. It feels amazing. For everybody don't know, this is the Grove. This is what game day is all about. Let's go!
The end zone say Manning. It doesn't get as cool as that. I mean, that is the coolest thing probably that I've ever seen.
10 gotta have a show. It's TV time. Prime time TV for prime time 10. It's gonna be a hell of a show.
Game days are always a homecoming, but this one had an extra twist. LSU's Ed Orgeron was not only once the coach of Ole Miss, but also an assistant under Lane Kiffin, making this quite the reunion.
Everybody had a pregame meal. Everybody had a warm-up. The difference between winning and losing is all about action. Be about that action today, man. Every single play. Give me everything you got. Every single play. Play for your brother today.
You want a picture-perfect day for football? Come on to Oxford today.
Cannot be better.
It is unbelievable.
If LSU was going to quiet the raucous capacity crowd in Vaught Hemingway,
Pass is caught on an out route right in front of A.J. Finley.
they were going to need an early statement.
Johnson hit as he throws. Going deep. Got it. Complete. Down to Trey Palmer.
With Sam Williams right in his ribcage, Johnson delivers that thing.
Low snap. Johnson fires across the middle, and it's 1st and goal at the 5. And now Ty Davis-Price. Touchdown LSU. Can't do it much better than that.
They hit us on the big shot. We had a guy right there to go play the ball. Okay? All right, keep our composure, go play. All right, you're up next series. All right, you're still up. Let's go. Just lock in and play.
Penalties stifled the first 2 Rebel drives, and now a flag for defensive offsides put LSU in prime position to add to its lead.
Handoff, Davis-Price. He's stacked up off the right side. The Rebels won that battle. 4th and goal from the 3. LSU will go for it. Now we have a whistle and a timeout called.
Said we're going to make red zone stops. Here's our chance to get a big one, okay? Stay ready right now, all right?
So Ed Orgeron going for it on 4th down at the 3. Guess he's thinking, what are they going to do? Fire me? Johnson scrambling, throws late, and incomplete, intercepted, in fact, in the end zone.
Mama, they go throw some up. That's how we get it, right? That's right there. He's in a hurry. He said, I'm going to go make a play. Yep.
The pick by Tysheen Johnson was, simply put, a game changer.
Now they've got a big opening and a 1st down. Snoop Connor, and you hear the chants of Snoop.
Always the danger. You get a little bit greedy, don't kick the field goal, all of a sudden the other team goes out the back door and runs it on you.
Let's just give it a Snoop again. Left side, 30, 35, 40, to the sidelines, pushed out of bounds into the Tiger bench.
Caden Costa to try to put Ole Miss on the board. Got it right down the pipe. Late give there, and it didn't pay off. It's a loss of a yard.
Now lobs it down the near sidelines, one-on-one, and tapped away.
The Landshark defense came alive, holding the Tigers to just 24 yards rushing and 0 yards in the air in the second quarter, allowing the score from far offense to find its groove.
This is a handoff and now a reverse. Drummond's going to throw it back to Corral, and he's got it at midfield and out of bounds. So a little dipsy-do there from Lane Kiffin. It's got to be a Corral pass, you would think, coming up. Nope, it's Ely. Here he goes again. Darian Ely down to the 2. What a run. Throw, touchdown, Ole Miss. Casey Kelly, the tight end.
My guy's about to get one.
Love it. Who drops to throw, fires down the middle, and a strike to Drummond. Battle that former defensive backs in the lineup as one of the wideouts down to the left side. Corral looking that way, fires and got it to him inside the 25. And the former DB making like a wideout, out of bounds at the 11.
Oh, Miles, get the ball. Let's go, Miles.
Matt Corral does it himself. Touchdown, Rebels.
Get yourself loose on the sideline. Be ready to go. All right, Bryce, keep yourself loose. Jordan, keep yourself loose. Everybody got no left. Okay, let's go win. Go win, man. 17-7. It's all about us. Let's go take it. All right, you're playing okay. Let's go play great and see what we got.
On third down, straight up the middle with power is Snoop Connor. Corral all the way. Nope. Yes. And he got it to the 10.
Boy, Matt that is a heads-up play to turn that into something. 5-yard gain, so second and goal from the 5.
Parrish still driving, still going. It's a touchdown.
Lane Kiffin might come across as a pass-happy offensive mind, but these days it seems his true love is ground and pound.
Back to the ground they go, and it's Connor again. Snoop Connor keeps his balance, and I think he got 10.
Last year they ran the ball, and they just continued no matter who it is. Snoop Connor, Henry Parrish, Darian Ely. They got 3 guys, all a bit different.
Nice move by Ely. Darian Ely! Touchdown, Ole Miss!
That's Ely, an elite player, also plays baseball, and he made the one guy in the whole miss for a touchdown.
2 yards, 2 minutes, 41 seconds. Jerry and Ely, a 36-yard touchdown run. Get out!
Well, you get in my bag, then. My bag.
LSU backs against the wall right now in this game. They desperately need a drive and some points.
The trend to me, though, is the Ole Miss defense has stood up.
Yep. Let's see if they stand up to this third down. Johnson in trouble. Campbell closing and knocking him out of bounds with the football as well. And Max Johnson, after starting really hot, has cooled off. And this one slides off the back of his hand. Ball is loose. And it's covered by Ole Miss.
It's an honor. It's an honor. That's him. It's an honor to have this on my neck twice tonight. Let me explain to you what happened. So he had a sack fumble, and he didn't get the recovery. So he had to make sure he got a recovery this one. That's basically what happened. So now offense gonna go score. Defense gonna go back out there, get another 3 and out, do what he do. We're just gonna wrap this game up. Next rep. Send them home. Next rep. 1-0 every rep.
Handoff left side, stacked up, short of the first down. Davis Price hammered by Sam Williams, doing a good job for the Rebel defense. They're playing some ball. And Richard, I think at this point, got to be gaining unbelievable confidence on the D side. Johnson takes a snap, throws near side. Kirkland tried to stay in bounds and made the catch, but just ran out of room. Heighton had really good pressure up the middle.
Johnson. Look out behind you. The ball is out and it's covered by Ole Miss again. Cedric Johnson with a recovery, but Williams the guy with a hit.
the Rebels forced 3 turnovers on the day and sacked the LSU quarterbacks 5 times.
Nussmeier being chased on a blitz up the middle. He's in trouble. He'll be sacked.
That's you!
Bringing the Magnolia Trophy back to Oxford once again.
Oh, hell out of you, young. Hotty toddy, got your mighty. Who the hell are we? Hey! It's a party in the silk, baby. Yes, sir. And we still ain't finished.
We just came ready to play, man. There go my people right there.
Let's get it done. Send the Tigers home side.
We are Auburn this week. We are Auburn this week. See y'all there, man. Man, it was like a little deja vu. It was. I got a little rush in me for a little second. Got the ball, got on the field, man. Great win. Party in the sit, baby.
Every day it's a great day to be an Ole Miss Rebel. I'm addicted to winning. I love Coach Nick. This is the man right here. This is the man right here. I love this guy.
Hey, whatever head says, it goes. That's been a rare feeling this year. So I ain't know what to do. But don't worry, we're gonna get right back on track.
That's a really good win, okay? You know, was it perfect? No, we know all that, okay? We could have played better, all that stuff, but, you know, let's not forget, all right, that's a big rivalry game there, okay? For the most part, after early on, once we settled down, played some great defense today. We're 6-1, okay? So, you know, that sounds pretty good.
What that hat say? What that hat say? Cheat code. I can play both ways. Ain't too many of them. That's all it is.
You know, band count showing out like usual. You know, showed out again at home in front of a sold-out crowd. So that's what your band camp do.
Playing top of the line defense, which is what we've been working for since I stepped on campus here. And it just feels good. I can't wait to keep it going.
We took care of them Tigers today, man. It was a great team win. Defense played amazing. Like I said right here, this dude, that's what he go by now, Ole Miss fans. That's what he go by.
The cheat code, baby.
The cheat code.